Hi, my name is Miranda Edson, and I will be debating that the United States was right to withdraw from Afghanistan in August of 2021. In Afghanistan, tribal loyalties come first. There's no cohesive national Afghan identity. The U.S. mission in Afghanistan was to capture and kill terrorists connected to the September 11, 2001 attacks, not nation building. U.S. soldiers were diverted to building infrastructure and developing the country, which, while a noble idea, is not what the U.S. went to do. Former President Trump's administration signed a withdrawal agreement on February 29, 2020, with the Taliban, completely excluding the Afghan government. The terms of the agreement heavily favor the Taliban, including a clause that guaranteed a prisoner exchange of 5,000 Taliban prisoners for only 1,000 Afghan prisoners. While the agreement has references to intra-Afghan dialogue to determine what the post-withdrawal government would be, it hints that the government almost certainly would be heavily Taliban influenced and sets no human rights requirements to be recognized by the United States. All the agreement requires from the Taliban is that they do not host any terrorist groups on their soil. That is the mess of an agreement that the President Biden inherited along with the rapidly advancing Taliban. Renegotiating another agreement would potentially add years to the U.S. presence in Afghanistan. As the Taliban advanced, the Afghan army collapsed due to several things. According to a New York Times opinion article by Afghan journalist Sami Sadat, this includes demoralization due to the U.S. withdrawal agreement made in 2020. Why would regular Afghan soldiers risk their lives as the U.S. and private contractors were leaving and taking valuable tactical equipment, including software the Afghan military used to track their vehicles, weapons, and personnel? Some troops, including the elite troops led by General Sadat, held the line, but it was not enough. Leaders in the government and some military brass even fled the country. Deals were made with the Taliban by some of the officers that stayed, and troops surrendered. As unfortunate as the fall of Afghanistan is, the U.S. cannot support another country indefinitely. It does not have unlimited money, even with its large military budget. According to the Congressional Budget Office, by August 2021, the U.S. had spent more than $2.3 trillion on Afghanistan since the invasion started, not including any other military operations the U.S. had embarked on from 2001 to 2021. Afghanistan accounts for 10% of the total U.S. federal debt held by the public. Both of those numbers are ridiculous, both in size and burden on U.S. citizens. Imagine what else that $2.3 trillion could have been spent on. Per a report by the Congressional Research Services in April 2021, the then chair of the House Armed Services Committee, Representative Adam Smith, said that withdrawing could give us greater flexibility in our budget, certainly over a 5-year period, and that if, come October 1st, we're not in Afghanistan anymore, that is going to save some amount of money. The report goes on to give a quote about that amount of money via a defense consultant that said withdrawing would potentially save the Department of Defense $21 billion for other expenditures. The U.S. must focus on what's best for itself, and what it needs to focus on is China. In the past 20 years, while the U.S. has focused on the Middle East, China has built itself up without any interference. It has increased its military prowess with naval ships and artificial island bases in the South China Sea. China has increased its economic power and is on track to surpass the U.S. economy. The U.S. already faces difficulty spying on China and now has to play catch-up on gathering intelligence on China. The U.S. overestimated Russia's military prowess in the Ukraine with the intelligence that it did have. It cannot afford to underestimate China's prowess since China is the only credible rival to the U.S. I believe the U.S. withdrawal was mismanaged and could have gone better, but leaving was necessary to avoid keeping the U.S. in a forever war in Afghanistan. The U.S. reputation took a major hit after the withdrawal, but the longer the U.S. stayed, the larger the damage that the U.S. reputation was going to get. In addition, withdrawing allows the U.S. to shift focus to China, which is a rival that Washington should have been paying attention to, whether through investing in diplomatic relations, military operations, or both. Thank you.